Xbox gaming for life.
There's a star that lights the road. Will you take me to the edge where I won't go? I'll take this ride. Just drive. I wanna be the only one to make it through the night. Take you to the edge where I have died 1,000 times. Maybe I could be the one rising to the setting sun tonight. Just drive.
Hello, I'm Jeff Splifington Whiffley, and we're at Monaco for round 6. It's the Principality. Oh, and there's Valtteri Bottas, currently second in the standings. He'll be chasing Lethal Sniper this week. Talking to his engineers currently about the race setup. And there are the team are working hard on Nico Hülkenberg's car in the Renault garage, trying to get that ready for qualifying today. Sauber also doing the same thing. They look like they're in a bit of a rush there, as they weren't prepared for this rain, and quite a lot of drivers were not out on the track. There is Kevin Magnussen. And Stoffel van Doorn's on the iPad, just checking out his setup before he gets his helmet on and goes out onto the track. And finally, looks like we've got the Ferrari of Kimi Räikkönen there, who is ready to go out and qualify. Such a great show ahead.
Hello, you join us here today in Monaco. It's race 6. We're at Lethal Sniper and the rain is chucking it down. This is really going to affect qualifying, could mix up the grid a bit.
And Rizaldo, he's coming out as well, just after Lethal, looking to get their outlaps done and just put some times on the board before they really get those hot laps in near the end.
Sniper on a hot lap here, it looks, as he comes through the back. It's treacherous! Not got the right line there through the chicane and straight through pool. He's a little slow.
Yeah, Sniper currently 3 points in the lead of the championship over Valtteri Bottas here. As he comes round Rascasse, he's a little wide, but this is just the first hot lap. He's got plenty of opportunities to stick that car where he needs to.
And as he's down the back straight here at Monaco, he's about to cross the line, and that takes him into 6th place. 6th place so far.
And we've got Toast leaving the pits here. This guy needs to work hard over the next few races. He hasn't had the greatest start to the season, but he's a great driver, and we all know from those earlier formulas that he was able to put the car where he needs to. He's just getting used to it, and this rain won't help. Back with Rizaldo.
Oh no, he's absolutely cocked that up through the chicane. He's reversing on the track. Very strange here. This is quite idiotic, but there's nobody in the area. Yellow flags, no front wing at all here. He's going to have to get into the pits quickly.
And if we look at that again, Dougie, look, you see here he's got the line all wrong. The rain just skids him straight into the barriers, one against the other.
Here we go, Kimi Räikkönen now going fastest here as we're with Toast through the tunnel.
Yes, and it must be hard when the tyres are so wet and they go through that tunnel and it's so dry as he's coming down to the Nouvelle chicane here. He takes that, he's managed that very well, and we're on the lap with him. We're going to follow him at this point as he's putting the power down. How's he going to take to back? Oh, very cautiously, very cautiously. He is on his outlaps.
So that means plenty of time to get back in and get down and do some more laps.
So he's just finding his way as he comes through pool.
Here we go through pool there now. He's coming up to Rascasse. He's on a similar delta to Rizaldo. Actually, he's about the same as Rizaldo, so he must have lost some time earlier in the lap. Brings it back round for the bus stop.
Yeah, cycling through the gears now. You really want to get through them quickly so that you can get up to maximum speed as you're crossing the line and into centre Vaught.
That puts him in 10th place. Not too bad for a first lap out in these conditions.
Championship leader, Lethal Sniper here. He's looking to come out of the pits. He's gone in and he had to change his wing as he caught it on one of the barriers.
Oh, there's a lock-up from Rosaldo just before Sandoval. And he's dinged that barrier again. He's got different tyres on, as you can see. So maybe he got a puncture on the last one. But we just don't know. As he's powering through the Vosges, pushing hard. And too hard there as he's hit his other tyre on the barriers. Round by Casino. And this does not look easy, Tad. Not at all. As he comes down, he's powering down through to the Mirabeau, about to take the hairpin at the bottom of the road.
Yeah, so much time could be won and lost in this hairpin.
Far too tight, which leaves you with a wide exit. There's a yellow flag and another ding on the barrier with his tyres. He has to watch out here, and this is never going to be any kind of lap that will set alight the times here. Successfully around Portier though, and he's heading into the tunnel here. He's keeping a wider line here, cuts across, expertly done. And as we say, the difference between the wet and the dry there, you've really got to keep your wits about you when coming around the Novo chicane here.
And you can clearly see there that he hasn't been able to hold it together, and he's cut those corners as he comes round to back a lot more cautiously than you'd like.
And you can already tell his confidence is dropping because he's already dinged the barriers quite a few times on this lap, and he's going to be nowhere when it comes to the times. Oh, look at Raskas, this is messy, absolutely messy.
He's 30 points in the championship. He's 30 points adrift in the championship, should I say, from Sniper, currently sitting in third. He really needs a good result today.
In ninth, it's just not going to cut it, as we're here with Parabola. Oh, he's coming back into the pits. There's something not right with that Red Bull. They just are not in harmony at the moment, but they will get there.
Yeah, you don't get a seat in Formula 1 unless you can drive a car. And here's Rosaldo, talking about driving cars. He's a bit tight there. Oh my word! Oh my word, he's lost the wheel!
Oh no, that's ridiculous. And here's the replay of that. Let's have a look as we slow it down here. You see his line's too tight, and then, oh, look at that explosion. That is amazing.
Yes, it really is. We get it one more time here. I want to see that again. That's going to blow up, and at least the car carried on afterwards. And that's shocking. The car carries on down into the Novo chicane.
That is so bad. He is having to retire from this session. That's not going to be good for him. He's not going to be high on the grid. He is going to drop in this championship. As Sniper here, looking to take advantage.
I think the track will be drying out quite soon. Mind you don't burn out your tyres.
Jeff there coming over the radio telling that the track is drying out. I don't see it myself. It looks pretty wet out there, but who knows? They have a lot of technology in these areas and they can use it to their good.
Yeah, Sniper currently 10th on the sheets, and I don't see the rain easing up either there, Dougie, but we'll see as he's round the hairpin. Oh, he's very timid there, but as we say, the water plays havoc. And you're going to have to excuse me a second, Dougie, as I'm losing my voice.
I'll take the reins for the moment. Yeah, you get a drink of water and look after yourself as Toast through the carriage here. Sorry, not Toast, Little Sniper. And he took a ding then. Is that going to give him a puncture as he's round to Nouveau?
Oh, see, the rain is just not there, coming out of that dry tunnel onto that wet rain. Not great for him. But here we are with Toast now, and he's really pushing. He needs to get a better position. He's currently in 19th on the grid. He's up on his Delta times. Yes, and I'm back now with, I've had a drink of water. I'm feeling great. And as he comes round Raskas here, qualifying is over. So just to say, this is his lap. When he finishes this is where he's going to be on the grid. And that says P18, but there are other drivers to come. That's really not a good improvement from Toast. And we could see him slip down the field even further here.
And Kimi Räikkönen there taking advantage of this drying track, supposedly. It must be for him. The Iceman loves the water.
Take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
That's interesting team radio as Hamilton goes fastest on the grid now. Where can Sniper put it? What level of damage does this Red Bull have? Is it going to compromise a pole lap potentially? Oh, he's messed up and probably lost a few seconds off his Delta there. He's really down on time here. He's a couple of seconds down on Delta time, and he's not going to make that up going in through. So it looks like it could be just 4th place for Lethal here in these supposed drying conditions that we're not seeing. Very strange, Jeff. Very strange.
Jeff being the radio man for Red Bull there, I agree with you, that was very strange, just confirming Lethal Sniper's 4th place there. It appears he had some wing damage, which has been a real problem on these tight circuits, and confirming there that Toast also has finished in 19th position.
quite a damp end to the session today, a damp start as well here at Monaco, and we're going to run through the finishing positions on the grid. We've got Raikkonen, Hamilton and Bottas. Bottas ahead of Sniper there. That's going to be interesting for tomorrow. We're then followed by Felipe Massa, the Mexican, Sergio Perez, Roman Grosjean, Carlos Sainz, Danny Kvyat, Nico Hülkenberg, Fernando Alonso, Kevin Magnussen, Esteban Ocon, Jolyon Palmer, Simeone Rizaldo, Stoffel Van Dorn, Wehrlein, Ericsson and Stroll to make it up, with Toast sandwiched in between there in 19th. Well, that was Ted and Dougie. I must say that this qualifying has been quite entertaining. Rizaldo dinging barriers left, right and centre, noses falling off. Fast-paced cars down near the bottom of the grid. It's going to be an interesting race tomorrow, especially if it stays wet. But for now, we're going to go over back to Tad, who's with the drivers, and get their opinions on how the day went so far. Tad. Toast, not the greatest qualifying. What stopped you getting the car into the window that it needed to be? It looked like you were faster near the end of the session, though.
Not the best qualifying session. I've not had any practice here in the rain, so I didn't want to push it too hard and end up in the wall. I got more and more comfortable with the grip towards the end of the session. Got a little quicker, but not fast enough to get the position we wanted on the grid.
Yes, it really was a shame, and we hope you can turn it around tomorrow, so good luck for that. And finally, can we get your thoughts on this iconic race?
Everyone knows that Monaco is a tough circuit, but the tough circuits are often the most fun circuits because it's the challenge. I look forward to the race tomorrow and hopefully we can put it in the points.
Simeone, you were a second up on your Delta as you put it into the wall as you were coming through the tunnel. Talk us through that, please.
Hi, well, Ted, I'm okay, and thanks for asking. But I just want to say that when I was driving, it's that transition. I never done this in the wet before. It was a very challenging track, and as I go through the tunnel, I get a bit more traction, and my line gets a bit tighter on the corner. And what happens is obviously I get a tighter line on the entrance of the corner, which means a wider line on the exit. And I just didn't have time to recorrect it before I went in the wall. As you say, I was a second close. I thought I really could have put it in the top 10 at least today. It was not to be. I'm low down tomorrow. Not right at the back on the back row of the grid, but low down.
Yes, it's not really good. You're 30 points behind in the championship, and it's only going to increase probably tomorrow. We know what Monaco's like. How are your fears on that front?
Well, I don't really have any fears, Dad. I mean, the machine that I drive is very good and it can give me the wins that I like. And but it's my first year in Formula One. You know, I don't know anybody who's coming in their very first year in the Formula One and won a world championship.
That's a very good point, Rizaldo, and thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Dad. It's been a pleasure as always.
So, Lethal, what was that like?
Oh my Tad, it was exhilarating, if not on the edge of scary. I think, to be honest though, that was mostly down to the weather. It's really hard to find any grip out there. I would have loved to have pole here, but you know, fourth is definitely a good showing, especially for my first qualifying in Monaco. And those conditions were not optimum, but they did seem to suit my setup.
It really was a good showing, but we find Bottas starts one place ahead of you. He's 3 points behind in the championship. How are you going to approach tomorrow?
Well, the weather map's saying that it should be dry tomorrow, so obviously there'll be more grip. So it's just a drag down to Saint-Denis, and hopefully I can make up a place or two. As you all know around here, once the train leaves the station, there'll only be one stop, so you've got to make it count.
You have indeed. There was a nasty accident with Rizaldo again. He seems okay, but we'll be starting lower down. Near your teammate, actually. I think that will really hamper them here. What do you think?
Yeah, I saw the accident before I come out for my final attempt. To be honest, that's why I was a bit cautious on my final hot lap and wasn't able to improve. I'm glad to hear he's okay though and able to make the grid tomorrow. It's good. It's a shame he couldn't get closer. We currently have a 3-horse race at the top and a win could have brought him right back into it, although that certainly doesn't look likely tomorrow now. As for Toast, it's a real shame. He was just hooking it up. I feel without the incident caused by the Ferrari, if he had another lap, he could have been a lot higher on the grid.
Thanks very much, Lethal. Always appreciated.
Cheers, Tad.
Well, that was the drivers. A bit cautious, but looking forward to tomorrow by the looks of it. Rizaldo has been confirmed as okay, as you heard from him a moment ago. The qualifying really was actually quite exciting.
with cars all over the place. It's going to be a bit of a mixed grid tomorrow. We hope you tune in. Until then, be excellent to one another. Haha. If you like these videos, subscribe, give me some likes, turn on your notifications. And if you didn't, thanks for stopping by.